All right, welcome back to BM Talks to them. So today we are actually at a different setting. We are actually in London,
Yep.
so that's why you see we are in a different place. My voice is, I'm a bit the weather under the
Congested.
weather
This
right now.
weather in London.
So but yeah, the show must go on.
Yep.
So today we actually have some of the unmatched girls from
Yes.
episode 35.
Yeah. Episode 35. Hey, ladies. Welcome.
Hey,
Hi.
So we got Tiana, Jordan, and Finesse. How you guys feeling today?
Good.
yeah, I feel good.
Good, good. It's good to have you guys back. As you've seen, or if you haven't yet, the comments have been going crazy on your episode. Have you guys seen any of it? How do you feel about it?
We've seen quite a bit, like quite a few of the reels, the TikToks that were made. I haven't looked at any of the YouTube comments, but I have had people commenting on my Instagram photos, DMing me, things like that. So.
Okay. Good comments?
Some of the people that DM me were they had nice things to say, but like some of the people that comment on my photos, they're like there's a lot of negative comments going around. But I just try my best to just ignore it. Like I've been blocking people, like everyone who comes and comments under my pictures or DM me, I just block them right away. I'm like I don't have time to go back and
Okay.
forth on the internet.
Okay. And Jordan, what about for yourself?
I've seen them. I really don't care about them, because they don't know me. Like you know me from like an hour show. That's all. Like you don't know me in real life, so they don't matter to
Exactly.
me.
Yeah.
Right, right. Finesse, what about for you?
Honestly, they had me mad in the comments. And it's so funny because they were talking so badly about us in the comments, but like in Instagram DMs, TikTok DMs, they're all
Yeah.
nice. Oh, I loved you on the show, but nobody said that in the comments. It was pretty much just a roast session for us.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so how was your experience on the show? Like when you came on the show, the studio, um, meeting with some of the girls, how did you find the whole experience?
Um, our experience, well, I would say for myself, I had a very great experience. It was a good experience. We met some really dope people. We connected with them. I had fun. Like, I don't regret it at all.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Okay.
definitely had a
Finesse or Jordan, whoever.
Oh, my bad. I definitely had a great time. It was a fun experience for me. Something I would do again. Like it was fun. I enjoyed myself.
Okay, good. Finesse.
Pretty much the same as the other girls. I definitely enjoy doing something out of my comfort zone and meeting the girls and the guys. The guys were actually great once we got to actually talk to them. It was pretty much like the show was an icebreaker for us to be comfortable with each other. And I felt like that was really cool to be a part of to be a part of the show and be a part of something like that.
Was you girls was you girls looking for love?
Yeah.
I was open. I was open to it. Open to the idea of it. Like if I matched with somebody on the show, I definitely would have took the time to get to know them more and possibly, build that up into a relationship. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't been single for years. Like, I was in a long-term relationship, so I'm like kind of like just getting back out in the world. So, yeah, I was open to it. Like, before like I got on the show, I wasn't actively like searching for someone, but I was just like, why not? I'm single, I'm out on the market, like why not like try to meet new people? And if it happens, it happens. So, yeah, I was open to it for sure.
All right. So Finesse, one of the things that you said on the show, I actually want to ask you a question, right? Do you think that by saying that you're an intellect makes you smart?
No. I mean, no. By me saying I'm an intellect, it was a very poor choice of word, and then I kept repeating it. I don't know, maybe it was just because I was nervous, but I meant more like I enjoy mental stimulation. It wasn't necessarily like, oh, I'm so much smarter than everybody else. It really wasn't that. I was just trying to like let people know that I like mental stimulation, and that's probably what I should have said instead of kept keeping on saying that I'm an intellect.
And did you realize at the time that you said it so many times, or you
No,
heard after you watched it back, you're like, oh my God?
I actually didn't even watch it back. I just pretty much looked at the comments to see, and yeah, that I definitely could have not said that so many times.
Okay.
Yeah, because the way you was using it, it seems like you're using it to tell people that you're a very smart person, and that some people wasn't on the same level as you in terms of brains, and obviously that can come off as like, do you think that you're better than some of these men? Do you feel like using that word it might have made you miss a match?
Um, yeah, for sure. I remember specifically when someone asked what was your love language, and then I think I just kept saying it from there. But yeah, it was definitely a poor choice of words because I that's not specifically what I meant. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, she doesn't even know how to use the word because I said I'm an intellect." But I mean, honestly, I was just nervous, so it just kept coming out. I kept thinking about it. Like after I said it the first time, I kept thinking about it over and over again, so it was stuck in my head. So it kept coming out of my mouth.
Okay.
I
And then you
I
said you
I
haven't had
definitely
a chance. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I definitely didn't think I was smarter than any of those guys, and like I said, after talking to them outside of the show, they're actually a really great, really great group of guys, and I didn't think that me or my son was smarter than them. I really just meant that I, I also said knowledge soaker, which a lot of people had a problem with too, but I just meant that I like mental stimulation. That it was
Okay.
definitely the wrong word.
Got it. And then you said you haven't had a chance to watch it back yet. Is there a reason?
I was there. I know what we said, so I didn't feel like I needed to watch it back.
Okay. Now, Jordan and Tiana, have you guys had a chance to watch it? Maybe you'll catch something you didn't know at the time, or whatever it is. A lot of people like to go back and watch themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched it back together. And there were some parts where, like, because I was trying to, like, remember back, because I know we would discuss it, like, after we did the show, like, why did that guy pop, or why did I pop on that guy? So when we watched it back, it's like, oh, that's why. And, like, I don't know, I guess it was a lot of pressure, so we were kind of nervous. So, like, some things, like, it was just a reminder just watching it back. And, like, we were like, oh, why did we say that? Like, just like, yeah.
I must say, Tiana, did you know some of the things that you were saying?
Honestly, look, I was telling a lot of people that too. Like there was a point where one of the questions like caught me off guard and I was just talking in circles. Like I didn't know where I was going with it. But it was just so much like pressure and I was nervous and I had to say something instead of just sitting there looking like stupid. So I just started talking and didn't really know where I was going with it. Like, yeah, I
Yeah.
do remember one
Definitely
of those
nervous.
questions.
Definitely
Yeah.
nervous, right?
I think
Just talking in
nerves played a
circles.
big role in it, huh?
Yeah, and I'm honestly
Yeah.
a very like I'm a very introverted person. Like I'm not very outgoing. I'm very shy. So that was like something very out of my comfort zone. So it took a lot for me to do that. Very
Okay.
nerve wracking.
When we're speaking to you like this, I feel like this is the real you guys, right? This is the real you. But
Yeah.
this always happens when some people come on the show, especially when they're lining up, they act completely different. And it seems like their personality is portrayed as mean because it seems like you're rejecting most of the guys for superficial reasons or for reasons that doesn't really make sense, right? So do you feel like this is the real you right now? Do you feel like the way you acted on the show was completely different and that's not how you carry yourselves?
Let's hear from Jordan first.
Okay, so with me, I was definitely my nerves were getting to me. Yeah, I'm really a nice person in real life though. I'm like a ball of energy. People love me. I don't think I was mean on the show, but I was popping for superficial reasons. But for
Okay.
me, yeah, I look at the like I have to be all the way attracted to my man. Like, and if it's something I'm just not I can't like bypass it, then I gotta pop. And I don't know. That's just me.
Okay, so all the guys that came out, they were definitely none of them were your type.
Nah, one of it was two potentials. It was two potentials.
Okay, can we know who they were?
Dante
Who were the
and
two? Uh-huh.
Dante and was it Quan? Was like I'm looking like, oh, okay, like, yeah.
Okay, and then why did you end up popping on those two?
Well, I popped on Dante because of his deal breaker, and Quan,
Oh, right,
I popped
right.
on Quan. He didn't like loud. I feel like I'm a loud person. I am loud. I have my moments when I'm quiet, but for the
Okay.
most part, I'm loud, and I don't want to get on your nerves. You know, I don't want you to
Okay.
be
So,
tired of
oh,
me.
okay, I see.
Yeah.
So you actually ended up popping on them because of what their deal breakers were, not because of anything on your end for
No, no,
them.
yeah, nah. I would
Okay,
have matched if
makes sense.
you know that wasn't a deal breaker and like the conversation. You know, we talked more, asked more questions and stuff. I probably would. I would have matched with one of them.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right. Also, I want to ask you girls, right? After the show, how was your communication like with the guys?
It was great. We all clicked pretty well. Like it was very easy going. Like we had a good time together. They were amazing people to like kick it with. I feel like if a lot of them lived out of state.
Sorry to cut you. When you say good time, what do you mean by good time? You kicked it. What does that mean?
You guys all hung
Um,
out after, or
Yeah.
yeah, so we went out to eat and then we went out to the club after. And we had a great time together.
Okay. 1 second. Sorry. So
hold up.
on the show, you rejected most of the guys, but after the show, you decide to all go out together and party and
I think
have fun with the guys that you didn't want to match with.
I think it was the feeling of being on this show was like, okay, I'm here for a specific reason. I'm looking for love. And when you're looking for love, you want to be specific because you're looking to spend the rest of your life with this person. So if there was just something off the rip that we didn't like that's usually what we do in real life. Like some
Yeah.
guy comes into your DMs, you look at his pictures, he could be a very great guy behind that screen. But at first glance, it's like, oh, okay, no, I wouldn't give him the time of day. So it was kind of like that thing. But once the pressure of being on the show um, and having those specifics went away, like we all became ourselves. We were all able to talk and joke and laugh about what we said on the show and what we should have said and how we felt. So yeah, everybody ended up clicking after the show, and it was very natural. It wasn't
Hmm.
like nobody was forced or nobody felt awkward after the show hanging out with each other.
Yeah.
This is my thing, right? We have a lot. This keeps happening a lot, actually. We have people that come on the show and they act one way. After the show, they all wanna, some people decide to hang out with each other and party and all of that. It just goes to show us, like, are you coming here to really to find love? Are you coming to look for your person, or are you coming for entertainment? And then once it's over, oh, we're the cast of this episode. Let's party, because this seems to me like show's over, guys. Let's go. It's party time. When at the show, you didn't match. Like, for instance, if you're looking for love, you're not really going to want to spend time with the people that you rejected. And this is not just to you girls as well, even the guys. If you if you're a guy and you're serious and you're looking for love, you're not gonna want to spend time with the people that rejected you, because you want to spend time with the person that wants you. What is the purpose of of some of you people coming on the show? Are you coming there to go and have entertainment on the show and then leave and party afterwards, or are you coming there to seriously try to find somebody that you can then build something with? Or is there a mix of both? Because at this stage, it's something that I'm gonna put my foot down on. Is we're going on 5 seasons now.
four. Oh, you mean
Yeah,
after this
yeah.
one's over? Okay, okay,
We're
yeah,
going 5 seasons now, and this is not the first time this has happened. It's come to a stage where I'm like, okay, enough is enough. You don't come on the show to get rejected by a bunch of girls, and then you go and party
yeah.
with the same
Guys.
girls that rejected you. So that's I'm not saying it's just you girls. I'm saying both parties, right? There's a guy that came on the show previously. He did not match. One girl asked him to go out to go out as a group, and he said no. I don't want to go out because unless you want to go out with me, just me and you get to know each other, then I'm down to do that. She said, no, I'm a girly's girl. I want to go out as a group. So what does that say? Did she come there to find friends? This is not pop the balloon and find friends.
Mm.
This is not. It's not a place for you to come and, oh yeah, let's go out, let's see what friends we can find, and then we all make a group chat. And I guarantee you probably made a group chat as well. Did you make a group chat?
You know they did. Look at their faces.
So you all made what group?
No,
You
we
made a group
didn't.
chat. Was
We didn't mean for
let,
it to happen like
Yeah,
that.
I
Like
don't
we
think
Yeah.
that
didn't.
was our
We
goal.
if
no,
we it
Like,
wasn't
I
planned for
understand. I
us to go
understand.
out.
Right. I understand. But at the beginning, I told everybody, I said, don't be in creating no group chats because it gets messy. And I also said, take this seriously. Try to match if there's someone that you like. I feel like, especially like Jordan, you could have matched with the first guy that came out.
Oh, for sure. But he had a deal break. His deal breaker though. Yeah.
No, no,
That wasn't
I
on me.
understand that. Right, no, I'm not just saying. I'm not just saying that's on you. I'm saying if even if I was to have a conversation with him as well, I will also tell him, you know, that's what's up. Because if I ask you right now, Jordan, when you lot all went out, yeah,
Mhm.
who was you hanging out with most from the guys?
I was hanging out with Tante.
Okay, there you go.
But it's okay. So
So
like when we took our break. He was like, he came up to me like, yeah, he was like, I should have matched with you. He was like, that wasn't like a real deal breaker for me, you
So
know,
why did he say it?
because it was the
he said he
nerves.
should have
It
said
was the
something
nerves.
else. He said he should have said like something like
Once he knew
having
like the
three or
situation
more.
about when he knew the situation behind it, he was like, okay, that's not bad,
Yeah,
you know. But yeah,
yeah. He said he should have said something else, and he wished he said something else because he said like really like three or more children, like not two is like a deal breaker.
that's what I'm saying. You know, the internet will say it's just the girls, it's just the girls, but
It's
you know,
everybody.
it's everybody. You know, and we all need to start taking things seriously. You know,
Or also knowing what exactly we want to say.
exactly.
Like, for example, when I ask the same questions every single time. Name, age, what do you do? What do you do for fun? What are your deal breakers? I feel like when someone knows they're coming on this show, they should already know that kind of stuff. Like, what am I going to say? So for him to
Right.
now go back and be like, "Oh, I didn't want to say that." You had all this time to think about what your deal breakers were, and then when you find someone you like, aka Jordan, now he wants to change it up. I don't know.
And there's some of the public think that they'll say stuff to us, me and Arlette, on how the show is run. And I'm saying, if you think it was up to us, we are the same as you. We want the same results as the public.
Yeah, I think that it was for me. I chose to go out. That's not usually something. This whole experience was out of my comfort zone. So for me to be on the show and then be looking for somebody to spend the rest of my life with, and it didn't happen. It's kind of upsetting. So instead of walking away like it sounds kind of sad to walk away and just go home and be like, oh, the guys that I did want rejected me and I rejected everyone else, and then I just went home. It made me feel a lot better that hey, even though these guys weren't my love interest, they are great people after all. Just because I don't want to date them doesn't mean that I can't end my night off on a good note because I didn't come and find my forever partner. That didn't mean that I just had to go home and be sad or go home and be like, oh well, that was a bust. Because in the end, all going out and being able to have that good interaction with each other afterwards made it like, okay, I don't feel so bad. And after we did talk to each other about why we rejected each other, it was more of like it was comforting because it was like, dang, you said this about me, and it's like, oh, I said this because of this. Like we got more context outside of the show. It was more like an icebreaker because we were so nervous in the moment. Everybody was.
yeah.
No, like we probably should have rehearsed what we were gonna say beforehand, but it was like nobody really did that. So we were all just thinking on our toes. We're all judging each other. Like, I mean, that's kind of the basis of the show, is to judge and be judged, just like how the viewers are judging us in the comments. So I feel like us going out and still having a good time, that says a lot about the kind of people that we are. Like, nobody left down, nobody left sad, nobody left feeling rejected, because we all made friendships afterwards. It wasn't planned. Like, somebody brought it up and we were all like, okay, well, might as well go instead of just having a bad night.
Yeah, but my point that I'm saying is, the people that watch the show, all they see is that some of them will think that you was being mean to the guys. So they don't know that you lot went out and you lot was good with each other. Like, you lot was cool, you was hanging out. So obviously when they see this now, they will get that, okay, you lot are guys, you nice people. That's what I'm saying. When people come on the show, they need to realize that the way you portray yourself is how everybody will see you as they see you on the screen. So I do want to ask you, ladies, is there any connections happening? Like, since you guys all went out and you had a good time, would you say that there's some connections that's happening off screen?
Not for
No,
me.
I
Okay,
can say
Vanessa saying no.
I was definitely being more picky because these are potential love interests. But once they stopped being potential love interests, it was easy to be friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Tiana,
No, not for me.
not for you. Okay.
Jordan, why are you laughing?
Yeah, me and Dante, we text, we get on FaceTime. So yeah, we're
Okay.
Okay,
communicating.
okay. All right. Well, I mean that's good. We would love for that to have been seen on
Blossom.
on the
Tried to
show.
say run it back.
And that's why I think people that come on the show just need to be more prepared because
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That's definitely what
people
it
can just
is.
take any little thing you say and then make it into something else if you're not
Yeah.
explaining it properly.
We
But
did
yeah, but I
want
think
to oh
go ahead.
sorry. I was gonna say we
No,
did
go ahead,
want to
Tiana.
run it back because he was willing to run it back. Like,
Oh, like he wanted to come back
yeah,
to
he wanted to
get
get
with
his balloon back.
Jordan?
Yeah.
Well, oh
No,
Dante.
when we tried to get him back up on the stage, he didn't want to go. He said his turn was over.
I don't know. He said that he was gonna get his balloon back. So I don't know.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens now that they're chatting it up, FaceTiming. Who knows? It still is, a pop the balloon match if something happens. It just didn't happen on screen.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him and let's see what he's saying. Then yeah, we'll keep tabs on that. We'll see how that's going. But obviously, apart so after being on the show, yeah, if you was to come back on the show again, how would you act? Would you act different?
Would you do anything differently?
Yeah,
I would definitely prepare what I'm gonna say first.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I actually think that would have helped me be less nervous as well and stop repeating myself.
What about you, ladies?
Yeah, I would definitely like do some type of rehearsal. Like we thought we were prepared, but like the nervousness, like and the pressure, it kind of like took over. So, but I
Okay.
don't feel like I was being like mean. Like a lot of people were like, "Oh, like I was like I seem very sweet and genuine." I was trying not to be mean. That's why like for a lot of people, I tried to hold on to like the balloon or like not like say things that seemed like mean. Like I wasn't trying to be mean because I'm really a nice person. Like I'm not.
Yeah, I think a comment that came up a lot for you, Tiana, for one of the guys, I can't really remember which one it was. You at first said, "Oh yeah, we align, our goals align," and then you ended up popping, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Why'd you end up popping?" You said, "Oh, we just don't align," and I was like, "Wait, what do you mean? You just said like 2 seconds
Yeah, I
ago."
seen somebody made like a reel about that, and I was like, no, that's not what I meant. Like, I meant like our goals definitely align, but there could be other
Okay,
areas where we just wouldn't click. Like, I just didn't see us like clicking.
okay,
okay,
Like, if we were to talk or like that, it didn't seem like he was like a person that I would see myself being with in the future. So I didn't want to just keep my balloon and then we match, and then I'm like, no. Like I didn't just want to
okay.
match for the show and then later on be like, no, I'm like it's not gonna work. So, but I had to say
Okay.
something. So I,
So none of the guys that came out were someone that was your type.
No, not really. Like it was only a handful of guys for us. So like, like there's a world full of people. So like our matching could be out there, but like just with that handful of
Right.
people, there was like not as many
Not
chances
for
that we
you.
would find our match right then and there. But they were great guys
Okay.
for sure. I just
Excuse
not
me,
really.
sir.
And like one
I
of the
think
guys did pop on me. Like I probably would have kept it for him. It's just besides like the ball thing. But
Which guy
that
was it?
was what was his name?
I don't know. He
let's
matched with
He matched with Unique.
he
yeah.
matched with Unique.
Oh,
Yeah.
Eugene,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Yeah,
bald guy,
Yeah.
right?
Eugene.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
But he
okay.
was cool. Yeah. It was just the only thing that bothered me about him was like that he was bald. I've never dated a bald guy, but I wasn't gonna say that. Like I wasn't trying to be mean, so but that was really like the that
But you
was
see, and that's another thing. Remember we told you guys like just be honest. You can be honest without being mean. Like I let people know that all the time. You can say exactly what you like, don't like, and it won't be mean or offensive to the other person because that's your preference, you know?
Like that, but your personality on the show right now is just so different. I think if you lot came on like this, you know, um,
really.
it would have been a different story on the
Yeah.
show. You know,
We didn't even get to that point though, because he popped on me because I was short. But he told me
Oh
that
yeah,
it
yeah,
really was
yeah.
because I look like his baby mother.
Oh, no.
Sorry. I'm like, but you
Look
said
at
it's because
Jordan.
I
Jordan
was
say, why you
short.
say that?
so you two are actually friends, right? And it's crazy because when I actually put you on the show, I didn't put you on the show. You didn't apply together. It was you applied different, but
Yeah,
obviously
what's
you
the
wasn't. You ended
coincidence?
up being on the same show. So everybody's thinking, oh, why did they put two friends together? They were giggling and
We didn't
goofing
know.
around all episode. And I'm like, that's just how it happens sometimes. Like you're both in Phoenix as well, right? You both live in Phoenix.
Okay.
Right. So it ended up like, two friends on the show. And I think when you're both like laughing and giggling, and then at the same time you're rejecting people, it adds more
Fuel to
fuel
the
to the fire.
fire.
Right. But so do you feel like you guys learned from this? And I'm actually glad that they took some accountability on this episode, on
Yeah.
this podcast, because they came out here saying what they feel like they done wrong as well and how they could have done stuff different. Do you feel like you lot learned from this experience? And obviously, if it was to happen again, you'll definitely do be different.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like yeah, there's definitely things that we could have did differently, said differently, but there's also things that we couldn't like avoid getting dragged about. Like the most
Right.
thing,
Right.
the major thing that we are getting dragged about is like having two baby fathers. Like I'm like, tell me something I don't know. We already had two baby fathers before we came on the show, so that couldn't be avoided. Like you're mad about that. Like, what can we do about it? We already have the
Grown
children.
now. A
Our
lot of
kids
people
are
come with
here.
kids. A lot of people
So
come with
there's
kids.
nothing.
Like,
We already know like about the choices we made in life. We already have accepted that. We already beat each other up, not each other, but ourselves up about it. Because because clearly like we didn't aim to like have like broken homes. Like obviously we wanted a
Right.
family, but it just doesn't work out like that all the time. So
and they talking about us like we got like five,
like we
eight
just
baby
sleep
daddies.
around
Like
like
we
they
got
saying
10
like oh
kids. Like it's only
nurses
two.
sleep around and nurses
Oh.
someone said like
And
oh
that's something that came up a lot. People are like, those
yeah
girls are friends who came on there and they're like, they're gonna tell a lie and say they're nurses and this and that third. Are you guys nurses?
yeah
Whoa.
I can show you my badge.
Whoa.
But I'm not nurse.
why we
Exactly.
lie
And I
about
was like,
it
why would someone even come on and lie about something like that? The internet is gonna internet. You guys already know that.
Yeah, I
So
already know that.
yeah
But
I
we're
think it's what
grown
some
now.
people
People come
say.
with kids. Like that's just like we're old. We're older. Not old. Older.
I think if you put yourselves like in some of these people's shoes, right? Because some of the people are saying, you've got two baby daddies. Do you not want your next one to be the
No.
final one? Like that you want to try to work on that one and make it work so that you don't keep having multiple, more
No,
and more and
yeah.
more, right?
If I have
So
another
that's
kid,
why
oh
like
shit,
when
my
they were
bad.
saying that, yeah. So that's why when they were saying a lot of people are saying take it seriously because they're thinking if you're rejecting, good men that might be potentially the next baby that you want that to be the last one. Do you kind of get their point?
yeah no definitely me personally, I don't plan on having any more kids. Like I was saying, like if I was to have more kids, I would have to be married, and it would just be because like we want a kid together because we're married. Like I don't plan on having any more
Yeah.
kids outside of marriage at all.
I think
Yeah,
Jordan, you were planning to say something.
yeah, along those lines. The same thing, basically. Like if I got married and my husband wanted a child, I would give him one. But I'm not aiming to have more kids. Like I'm fine with my
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, like with both of our situations, they say like, oh, like we were just sleeping around, but there's people who sleep around, like actually sleep around and just don't have kids or they have abortions or things like that. We were in relationships with our child's fathers, like long-term relationships, and it just didn't work out. And I'm not gonna stick around with someone who's not treating me right. So I
Well,
left.
let me ask the comments. Do you want to see the girls back again on the show? Comment down below.
Be
Let
like,
me hear what they
they'd be
say.
like, hell no.
Like, hell no! Don't bring
Now
that
that
up.
you've
Right.
seen it
But I
like
mean,
that,
they
yeah,
Yes.
they got to see a different side of you
yeah,
guys
they saw
on
different
this
sides,
podcast, so
right?
maybe they'll have a change of heart. You guys got to speak a little more. I know on the show it's very timed. You only get like a certain amount of time to say your piece, say what you think, all that. So this is a good opportunity to get to know you guys a little more. You got to open up, tell us, about the situation, your experience, all of that. So yeah, maybe they might have a change of heart.
Yeah, the guys were like, "Oh, you guys picked us apart. We want to see you guys be the people coming out instead of the people on the lineup." And I was like, "Yeah, that actually would be. I felt like it would have been a good spin for me."
I don't want to walk out. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, that
Why? Why
I
not?
applaud them for that. That's a
That's
different type
yeah.
of like, yeah, I applaud them for that. You gotta be bold
So
to do
Tiana,
that.
Jordan, you guys wouldn't walk out?
I don't want to. No.
I might, but I feel like it's a different level of pressure for sure. Like I couldn't imagine
Yeah,
how much
definitely.
pressure they were having just walking out, and getting popped on.
All eyes on you, like literally, like
Yeah,
mm-mm.
and then people just judging
Finesse,
you.
you're
Like,
open.
Yeah,
You're open to
and
walking out.
actually we have to apologize to Junior though because a lot of us disqualified him
yeah,
like because we were kind of confused. Like, we know you didn't come on the show like that. It said date night, dress to impress. This is how you're gonna dress on a date. Like, automatically, no. But after we got a little bit more context, it was like, oh, okay. He was
yeah, he said
actually
it
a
last
cool
minute.
guy, but that first impression was just like, it just wasn't it. But
Yeah,
after we got the context, we were like, okay, maybe we could have now we could have did him a little bit better, but for his situation, we definitely picked him apart. So, and he had the confidence to keep speaking, which was commendable.
yeah, I would have just
And
walked
Junior
off if
was the one
everybody
that
popped
had
on me.
he had like the distressed jeans
The
with
last
the
was
with
the
the
last
tights
one.
under.
The last guy, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
have
I mean,
walked off if
definitely.
I was him. Like he's bold. I would have been like, okay, I'm gone.
Yeah, that
I
was
mean,
somebody
sometimes
that
as
didn't
well,
come.
like
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, sometimes as well, like outfits. There's more to people than outfits. Like you may get to know somebody and you can change outfits. Outfits can be changed, but yeah, ladies, thank you for coming on the podcast. It was good
Yes.
to have this, so people can see
Conversation.
you how you really are, and hopefully, let's see what the comments say if they want to see them back. But
Yeah.
do you lot have any
Any final
final
thoughts? Any final
thoughts? Yeah.
words?
I just want to say, even though like I'm ignoring most of like the hate comments and things like that, I did catch myself like responding to a few of them because like it would just get to me because I'm like, you don't know me from a can of paint, you don't know like who I am, or like, you're judging me off of a show, so that kind of bothered me. Like, just don't judge people. Like you don't even know them or their situation, what they've been through, their background. Like, and you're just judging me and saying all these hateful things, and I'm like. Someone said like, "Oh, I would be a nightmare to be in a relationship with." Well, I've been in a long-term relationship and I was a wonderful woman. Like they would even tell you that. Like I've never cheated, never done anything like wrong. Like I'm a very genuine, good person. So for people to just drag me about like over a show, it's kind of a little hurtful, just a little bit. But I ignore it as best as
Okay.
I can.
Okay.
But that's all I have to say.
Yes, definitely try. Jordan, any final words or thoughts?
I had fun.
Oh yeah.
It was a great experience.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll keep tabs on you and Dante. Yeah, I wanna see what's going on there. What about you, Finesse?
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you for having me. Thank you for putting me with the group that you put me with. I walked away with a great experience overall, even though I didn't find the love of my life. I definitely made some great friendships,
Yeah,
and I did appreciate that.
Yeah,
definitely.
that's great. All right, guys, thank you for coming on the podcast, and thank you to everyone for watching. And yes, happy holidays to everybody, and we will catch you
Yes.
all next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.